Hey collectors, I'm Kat and welcome to Kitto Katsu 2018. First of all, Happy New Year! I haven't done a lot of videos for unboxings and reviews in the last year, mostly because of time. Been working a lot. I'm hoping to change that this year. But I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about 2017 and doing a collection summary of what was most enjoyed, least enjoyed, and show you some cool stuff. This tag in particular was created by Coffee on MFC. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to actually do it yourself. And if you don't want to do a video, then you can always just comment on the blog as well. So go ahead and do that if that's what you're into. The first thing on this are my most enjoyed figures, which were new releases. I got a lot this last year. I think it worked out to 108 figures. I think 70 of those were scaled. So I'm going to try and be really picky here. And maybe later on I'll go and do a tag that's to do with more overall favourites. So, right at the end of the year, there was Hanasaki Marika, which was by Native, which means I won't be showing that whole figure right now. This was definitely one of my favourites, and the reason for that is because of this. So, obviously this isn't the whole figure, but this is really cool. So, this opens up, and it has a little S bend there as well. It doesn't work. So at the top it doesn't even have a proper drain, so there's that. The taps themselves rotate, which if I'm getting this up closer, that's really cool, hey? And then, one of the biggest draw points for this is the fact that this lights up. And hey, obviously a working mirror, so you can see my camera right there. So this was the whole reason why this is one of my favorites. But this came out right at the end of the year, so that feels a little bit unfair to everything else that I got during the year. Which brings me to this one. So Chino from Gochiosa is just so precious. If you haven't watched this anime, please do it. It's really cute. So this is a magical girl version. It was an exclusive. It got delayed several times. It was really frustrating, but when she came, she just is adorable. But yeah, like her little tippy hat, uncle, like everything about this figure is just adorable, and I adore her. Like, even the base is quite well done. And lastly, for new figures, I don't think I can possibly call myself a fan of magical girls if I didn't say this, but the Stars Bless You version Sakura. So, this thing is incredible. I won't talk too much about it because I've got plans for another video with her, but I mean, things rotate. A lot of the pieces actually come off, so all the little stars come off, and that's pretty dangerous, but it came with spares. The box was huge and horribly unwieldy and really weighty, but she was just so worth it. I'm so glad I got her. If you can get your hands on her and you're a fan of Sakura, especially with the clear card arc airing this week, definitely do it. Get her. Okay, cool. So that's for new releases. Then we can talk about old releases. So I actually got quite a few older releases last year as well, some grail figures, if you will. So I will go and grab those. So for older releases that I picked up last year, I ended up selecting two for this. And these are ones that I've actually had my eye on for a very long time. And first, we've got Fat's Bayonetta. So Bayonetta is a game that is very dear to my heart. I love both 1 and 2, and I am very excited about number 3. This figurine of Bayonetta from Fat is actually really well done. The base looks awesome. Her incredibly long legs, just so well done. You've got all the little markings along here, little beehive haircut, and the guns are all very well done as well. Pricey, and knowing my luck, because everything that I've gotten long after release has ended up being re-released after I bought it, I still absolutely love her, and she was definitely worth the money. Then we have Alicia, and I would be surprised if this one didn't get re-released this year, especially with the anime being made and the fact that Polka never ended up being made after she was announced. But I know a lot of people rave about this figure. I really like it. I'm a big fan of Red Juice. I'm a big fan of the sculptor as well. And this is a really well done figure, especially one that was done in 2011. So a little story about this in particular. She released about 2 months before I started properly collecting, and I saw her in a shop and thought, oh my gosh, this is just way too expensive. There is no way anyone will buy this. And they got bought, and the value went up massively, and it was very upsetting. And it was very much something that I thought, no, I'll never be able to have her unless they re-release her. But then, yeah, this actually came up on Surugaya, so I ended up getting her, and she looks awesome. And yeah, she's probably going to get re-released. I would be very surprised if she didn't. Besides figures, the tag also brings up goods. So, admittedly, I don't really buy goods much anymore, but there are a couple that were new and old that I particularly enjoyed. So, first to new. This. How cool is this? So, this is from Gekko, and pretty much you get the collection board and each of the weapons, and they came in 3 different sets, and you actually have to go and drill into the back. Shite! Okay, I've just made a horrible mistake. Let me just quickly fix that. Whoops. So you pretty much have to drill into the back to create the holes for these to go on the board, and you can have it displayed up on the wall. I've got it displayed with the rest of the Soulsborne stuff that we have at home, but I didn't think I'd enjoy doing this at all, because I don't like the idea of having to create the display for things. But this actually started changing my mind around doing the garage kits and dioramas and things like that, so I think this definitely takes the cake for favourite, most enjoyed goods, and especially for new stuff. Then if we go to old stuff, so when I was in Japan in February, I went and got some stuff from Surugaya. I tried to get them in store, I couldn't find them in store, so I ended up ordering it and asking a lovely friend of mine to send it for me. And this Sansei Muramasa Oppai mouse pad. For those that haven't seen before, yes, they are squishy. It's wonderful. But I've been thinking about getting one for ages. I couldn't decide on a character, then I remembered that this one existed, so I went and got this. Definitely enjoyed. And next is media. So I don't feel like I could possibly answer this any other way, but Danganronpa V3, without a doubt. I feel like I would be betraying myself if I said anything other than that. So the fact the game came out in Japanese at the start of the year, then the English came out recently, there's been the art books, all of that sort of thing. I won't go and show everything now, but I think that's kind of just it. I can't really say anything else there. Then for an old release, I would probably say the Red Juice art book, so Red Box, but not because that's what I'd purchased last year, but because I went and got it signed by him, and that was an amazing day, so I'm very glad that I managed to do that. Now naturally, with ones that comes from favourites, there are massive disappointments, so I don't usually like talking about things that really disappointed me, because what might disappoint me may not disappoint other people, but for me, my biggest disappointment was Eriri. I was so excited about her, and she looks okay, but the hair is just far too saturated compared to what I originally saw at Wonder Festival. And having seen her in person at Wonder Festival, it makes me feel even more disappointed. There's paint defects, there's seam line defects, and I suppose the fact that they've gone and delayed Kato, I'm kind of thankful for it, and I hope that it means she'll turn out a lot better than this. But I suppose if she turns out a lot better, this will just make this one look even worse. But yeah, I think this is probably my biggest disappointment of 2017. So, finishing up with 2017 things, I want to talk quickly about what I'm excited for 2018. I think these two are ones that you all would probably expect from me. There's the gothic version of Aoba being made by Max Factory, being sculpted by Nanako, and it just looks fantastic. There's little Ren with his little booties and little hat and his little blep, and it's adorable. And the other one is Flair's Gwendolyn. I wasn't actually expecting too much from it. I do really like Flair, but the pose itself looked quite boring, though it looks quite calm and regal, and I think that's what I love about it now. Now that she's painted, you can see her birdcage hoop dress underneath, and she just looks fantastic, and I can't wait for her. I hope she doesn't delay too much. So really, the biggest issue with what I'm excited for 2018 is really how likely that they're actually going to come out in 2018. So the next thing on this tag is an unexpected purchase. So I wouldn't actually call this an unexpected purchase, but all of the Touken Ranbu Nendoroids and all the Dramatical Murder Nendoroids and some Abyssals were definitely not on my shopping list at all, or even on my wish list at any point, but yeah, I got those from a very kind friend of mine. It's very dear to me, and they've all been put on display and all look magnificent. So I would probably say that is my unexpected purchase, though probably along with that, say the Alice that I painted not too long ago. So I actually have a video talking about the process of painting this, because she is a garage kit, and I'll go and link that as well. So if you're interested in the process of painting this and how horrible it actually looks in person, no, she's not too bad, definitely check that video out as well. There's also the fact that with particularly Lecia and Bayonetta, I wasn't ever expecting to pick up either of those. I was expecting that either they never got a re-release, so I'd never get them, or if they did get a re-release, that's when I'd get them. But the fact that I've gone and purchased them now, I'm really glad I have. And the last thing is, are you more or less happy with how your collection ended up last year? And for me, absolutely more happy. I try to only purchase things that I know I want, and I have a general idea of where I'm going to display it. That doesn't always work out, because usually what happens is I end up rearranging everything, and yeah, nothing I plan to display in a place ends up being there. But definitely a lot more happy. I'm hoping that the same thing will happen this year, and I'll be able to change everything up. I have already changed a lot of the displays up, as you can see behind me here. There's quite a change from what I had. I'll definitely go and do a video around showing how things have changed up later on. I don't want to go and do a video showing a tour and then doing another video showing a tour. But I'll definitely look into doing that later on. Last, for me, and something that I would like from you, is to let me know how your collection ended up as well. So let me know in comments. If you make videos, definitely send a link to me. I have all of my details in the description below. I would be absolutely thrilled to see your collections. And hopefully this is going to be the first of many videos this year. So I will see you next time. Bye!